Hey, it's Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we are taking a detailed look at the Attitude ATD2, which I've been testing over the course of the last 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, make sure to like it and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you content to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. If there is one theme with this bag, it is quality materials. We got a lot of great stuff going on. The outside is EcoPack. It is 600D. We have a lot of FIDLOCK buckles, Waikiki zippers, and Duraflex hardware throughout. So Attitude definitely has not skimped on the quality of the materials here. Another thing, the outside fabric is laser cut, which apparently means that it frays less. I'm not really sure exactly how that works, but that's why they did that. So moving on to the exterior features on this bag. Let's kick it off. We've got nice padded handles on every side. This is great if you just want to grab this thing, from no matter what side you want. I think that's really cool. We've got these side compression straps here as well. So it's an aluminum G-hook here. And then they have this little bundle right here. It's actually VELCRO, and it allows you to wrap up the strap and hide it. I love that this was included. I like bags that have this as an option. A lot of them just use like elastic keepers, but the Velcro and like rolling it up really makes a clean look. And once you get it the way you want it, you probably won't have to keep redoing that a bunch. So that's a really nice feature. I did notice though on these G-hooks that they fell off quite easily. So, I mean, if you just saw there, I took this on a trip to Minnesota. I took a budget airline actually. It'll make more sense in a second. I actually have a sling inside of here. But over the course of my couple-day trip, these G-hooks actually, and during the testing phase, these G-hooks came disengaged from this side 3 or 4 times without prompting. So you just gotta be careful with that. I mean, if you really crank these down and tighten them, they're less likely to just fall out. So make sure you're always doing that. And clearly I could adjust that a little bit more too here to get rid of that excess flap of strap. All right, on the bottom, we have some webbing here. This can be used for a cycling light or, hanging any other piece of gear that you want right off of the bag. And then moving over to this side, we have a water bottle pocket, which is okay. It's like, I would say like a mid water bottle pocket. It's kind of stretchy, but it doesn't really grip onto a bottle that well. My Hydro Flask is relatively skinny. We tested with Eric's Nalgene. It gripped that a lot better. It's like a bigger Nalgene grips much better. But I was talking with the team, they said they liked it, like mid. And then at the top here, there's kind of the extra assurance of weaving this, side compression strap in through the top of this bottle just to make sure that it stays in. So stays in pretty well. You can also tighten this part down and really lock that bottle in, so it's not gonna go anywhere. But if that G-hook comes undone or it's not tightened or something, or, you just put it in like this, with it loose, it's going to be much easier to slide out on its own. So just note that it's not quite as grippy as the grippiest of water bottle pockets that we've tested. And that basically covers it up for the outside. We've got the nice little ATD logo there down at the bottom right, and just love the way this bag looks. Overall, I think it looks really sleek and really sharp. Onto the harness system, the first thing I noticed is this top handle lays really flat to the bag, so it's not like sticking in your neck or the back of your head. So many bags have that problem, but the ATD2 does not. We've got some nice beefy shoulder straps going down with a little bit of contour to them. I found these pretty comfortable. Next up, sternum strap. This big beefy Duraflex sternum strap, you can adjust it by putting it on these little segments of webbing. I didn't have a problem, but other sternum straps we've tested with this design where it's just kind of this piece here can, without you wanting them to, weave through here. This one seems pretty tight. It seems like it's not going to come through, but sometimes on bags they'll have like a longer piece here where you weave it through. This one does have the chance of coming out without it being fastened in more or on a rail. Again, I didn't really notice it with this bag, so maybe it's a non-issue. I'm just saying other bags we've tested, we have seen that come up as an issue. Duraflex hardware, I believe down here, I'm not sure if I know what these are, but super just beefy down here. These are some of the beefiest adjusters I've seen. Of course, we have those strap keepers here, and then we have this waist strap at the bottom too, which you can stuff away here as well at the bottom if you want. This isn't really gonna take a lot of load off. It'll take like a little tiny bit, but it's more to keep the bag locked into your body as you're using it. Again, super highly adjustable. And then we have a luggage pass through here as well. If you have some rolling luggage, you put the handle through there. Not a ton of mesh or breathability on the back panel either, so that's worth noting if that's something that you like. All right, so here is what the bag looks like on me. I do really like the way it looks and it's comfortable. Got the sternum strap and the waist strap engaged as well. One thing I wish is that it, was a little bit higher on my back. So maybe if there were like load lifters up here to pull this a little bit closer to my back, I think that'd be a better fit for me personally, because it does sag down a little bit in the back, but overall still a pretty comfortable fit, and I dig it overall. Next up, we have the organization, starting with the secondary compartments. There is one on this bag that is right here in the front. So we'll open that up and you can just get a look for what's inside. Overall, I dig that this pocket is kind of leader independent. It can stick up a little bit more than the size of the bag. So if you have like, the main area fully packed out, you have like this much space to put things on this pocket as well. That's not going to get cut into from the main compartment. So that's leader independence. We really like when we see that, and that's totally the case here. I've just got a little Tom bin pouch on the included key leash on the inside. So this is what it comes with. I'm just covering up the Tom bin part. Little key leash, there's like some paracord here. Nice little spot to pop your keys if you want. Then you have two mesh pockets down here. That's, I've just got like my passport wallet in here and then like a little field notes notebook in this one. And then you've got like 4 pen pockets here, which I think is a little bit overkill. And there's this larger pocket here on the side, maybe for just some other tool that's a little bit larger, maybe like some kind of multi-tool or something can fit here. Obviously, maybe don't pack that if you're gonna be traveling. But then the rest is just like a main big area. The kind of brown gold color here lets you see what's inside. Generally, I'm not a super big fan of organization that's sideways on a vertical backpack. But I think this one does a pretty good job and things stay locked in there pretty well. I think based on how it's designed, a lot of the times I notice stuff just gets jostled around, but these stayed in pretty well. I think maybe because this is so close to this zipper wall, it just doesn't have a lot of space to come out, where in other bags, if this is like, down towards the bottom, that can like slide out easily and just start going all over inside of here. Again, it's not gonna fall out of the bag, it's just gonna fall out of the organizational place where you put it initially. Another thing to note too, there is the luggage pass-through back here. Just be mindful of, putting this on your luggage. You might want to put it right side up. So the zipper is up here at the top so that one, you can access it, and two, your stuff doesn't like get thrown upside down. Next up for access, we have the main compartment. So I'm going to show you the roll top here first. Again, super nice FIDLOCK. We got that magnetic buckle, comes off really easily, and then this folds out. Up here at the top, this felt a little bit like there was kind of folded in a weird way when I got it. I didn't really run into that again, but I wasn't really accessing the bag through the roll top much. But it is, that you got these little like kind of stays up here at the top that just add some structure, and I think that's totally fine. So if you have it open, you just kind of fold these sides back in before you roll it up. So I think that works pretty well. So that's the first way to access it. And then the second way, we have these big beefy YKK zippers on the back, like this. One thing that I noticed sometimes when I was packing it is this corner is a little bit tight. Anytime you get a really big zipper on this tight of a corner, you can run into like just a little bit of resistance. I think overall it's okay and done well, but this is getting about as sharp as we'd like to see it for like ease of access. So pulling these down, we get access to the entirety of the bag, which I dig. But you can see, this is something I always ran into when I was packing. Like watch my hoodie at the bottom. Once this comes out all the way down, this part kind of protrudes up. I know like Manal calls this scoop side packing. So the difference with scoop side packing, I think Peak Design does this as well, Manal does. The sides tend to be, does Tortuga? I don't know. No, I don't think Tortuga does, but anyway, I digress. The sides tend to be a little more rigid in those bags, and or maybe the bag is bigger, but it's definitely easier to pack. But I could, when I was packing this for the trip, I was having kind of a hard time, like, getting everything in here down at the bottom. It sort of just would like come up like this, and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna put this in now, And it doesn't look like it's in there, but if I like kind of close it and shove it down, then I can put it in. Versus like the Manal or the Peak design, you kind of get everything exactly how you want it, and then that top just flips down nice and easy. So a small gripe there, still able to fit everything inside, but this is what I had for my trip: a hoodie, packing cube full of clothes, DOP kit, tech kit, little Montbell umbrella. This thing's awesome. I had it like kind of here on the side, but it sort of got jostled around, I guess. This thing is great if you're looking for a travel umbrella. Did a review on that too. Then I've actually got my sling up here at the top, so I was taking a budget airline, so I was there at the top. I did like accessing my sling through this top roll top, so area. That's a really, really nice little bit, nice little feature. All right, push these off to the side. So that's everything I was able to get inside relatively cleanly. And yeah, just basically a giant empty space. Yeah, this part down here, see, it's kind of like this fabric pops up. I don't really dig that. And then it's like, I mean, if you had a wall you could like lean this against, maybe then that doesn't happen, but most people are like setting this down on their bed while they're packing it out or something like that. So minor gripe there. Cool. And then there is like 2 pockets back here. One's for a laptop. I've got a 13-inch MacBook Air in here right now, just so you can see the size. Don't tell anyone, but I actually was able to fit my 16-inch MacBook Pro in here. Probably not good for the bag. And it made that corner issue worse because it's so big. And I was like stretching this thing every time I tried to use it with that. So definitely would not recommend. Some of the times they're like 15, 16-inch laptop, it'll be fine. Not the case here. Like 15 is the max you want to go. You don't want the 16-inch MacBook Pro in here. Front pocket here for a tablet. And then we have these 4 little toggle straps here. You could put like an admin panel or some other accessories. I think Attitude sells some other accessories you could pop in here as well. So I'm just gonna take this laptop out of here and just set it to the side for now. And then we have I was like, what's this pocket? And one, it kind of like this Attitude tag is a bit in the way. I guess it flipped up really nicely that time. But this is actually where the frame sheet is. The frame sheet is a really nice material as well. I forget right off the cuff, but it's written on our website or Attitude's website. But it's really, really nice frame sheet. I mean, one of the better ones I've seen. I guess you could use this as a pocket, but it's kind of for just the frame sheet. It goes way down to like the bottom of the bag, so up to you. But some of the things that I see other brands use too is if it's not really an accessible zipper, they'll either just not have the pull on it, they'll cut that off, or the actual head of the zipper is like flipped around. So that it's a little bit more hidden, and it's like, this is like open me, and like if it's flipped around, it's like, this is for a frame sheet. Just a minor thing that I noticed. Really cool too that this bag is made in Italy. I think that's really dig that. The last thing I'll talk about is the toggle up here for like a water bladder. So you can put it there. There's a slit here that can go through. And then if you can see, I got like my little finger can maybe poke out the front here. Yeah, so that's where a water bladder would go. And that's the inside of the bag. So there you have it, the Attitude ATD2 Backpack. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.